Education, education, this is the foundation. Our rising population needs sound education to be recognized anywhere you go. Have your certificate to show, to enjoy any kind of happiness. Knowledge is the key to success. Children go to school and learn well. Otherwise, later on in life, you won't catch real hell. Without an education in your head, your whole life will be pure misery. You're better off dead. For there is simply no room in this whole wide world for an uneducated little boy or girl. Don't allow idle companions to lead you astray. To earn tomorrow, you got to learn today. For employment, yes, employment, you must be intelligent. It's essential, very essential to have your credentials. But if you're block-headed like a mule, no one will employ a fool. You'll be the last one to be hired and the first one to be fired. Children go to school and learn well. Otherwise, later on in life, you gon' catch real hell. Without an education in your head, your whole life will be pure misery. You're better off dead. For there is simply no room in this whole wide world for an uneducated little boy or girl. Don't follow idle companions or you will get burned. To earn, you got to learn. Illiteracy is man's greatest enemy. It's your duty, yes, your duty, stamp it out completely. Ignorance always impedes progress. Education saves you much distress. So learn as much as you can. For the nation's future's in your hand. Children stay in school and learn well. Otherwise, later on in life, you gon' catch real hell. Without an education in your head, your whole life will be pure misery. You're better off dead. For there is simply no room in this whole wide world for an uneducated little boy or girl. Don't allow idle companions to lead you astray. To earn tomorrow, you got to learn today. It's a treasure, yes, a treasure beyond any measure. Just secure it, don't ever ignore it. To fight life's battles, come what may. Education lights up your way. Without it, you'll never get through. Success or failure now is up to you. Children go to school and learn well. Otherwise, later on in life, you're gonna catch real hell. Without an education in your head, your whole life will be pure misery. You're better off dead. For there is simply no room in this whole wide world for an uneducated little boy or girl. Don't allow idle companions to lead you astray. To earn tomorrow, you got to learn today.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Tobago. Good evening, Trinidad. Those of all you out in the diaspora, special good evening to each and every one of all you all. Welcome to Live with JB Season 3, Episode 12. Remember, we're going back to the future, protecting our wee youth through history and legacy. So, all you don't know, Life with JB is sponsored by Catch the Wave Solutions and the Pride of Tobago Foundation. And I want to say big up to my sponsors, big up all yourself, and thank you for the continued love and support for Live with JB, because here now, without all you, there would be no Live with JB anyhow. So thank you all for being my continued sponsor and being there every step of the way. Big up all yourself, Catch the Wave, and the Pride of Tobago Foundation. So, what's going on? Where everybody is this evening? Where my diaspora crew? Where is Miss Cheryl Cleghorn in California? Miss Sharon Cleghorn in Atlanta? Uncle Fred Thornhill in Canada? Big old Jojo in Maryland? And Lee Daniel in Canada? Hello, we ain't forgetting Papa Lord Nelson. Big up your whole self, AHWEE icon. Straight out of Tobago, we Papa. You understand? Mr. Dion from Atlanta, Mr. Wizard of Oz. Where is Miss Eve? Where is Mr. Wayne? And Queen Anella, where there? Miss Richards, I'm looking for all in all here. So a special good evening, and I want to say a big up to the Moore family and to the Noon family. A special good evening. Thank you for the continued love and support every week. You understand? You see, this is all it is. Give me the energy. I love when my supporters run out themselves early. Miss Maria Lyons first on the chat. Good evening, Janelle. Good evening, Miss Maria. How are you? Miss Annette, I see you reach out. Miss Sharon, she's here as well. That is what we're talking about. Where is Miss Donna, Akisha, Francesca, Miss Queen Julia, Miss Maria, Miss Anna Don here. Where is Miss Elliot? All you call Miss Elliot for me, please. Haley, where are they? Randy, Jacqueline, Darren, you understand? We had Neil last week. Miss Diane, Miss Joanne, Queen Abigail, Katie, Debbie, Miss Bernice. You all welcome. Remember to like and subscribe. And one thing I want to warn all you about when I say like and subscribe. All you remember, late last year, we had a big issue on Facebook. When Mr. Facebook shut down, we had no connections there, so we were on YouTube. It was hard for us to reach out to our support, our viewers, to let them know all we're going to be on YouTube. So I want everybody to make that time off to go over to Catch the Wave Solution YouTube channel and press subscribe, so you all would always be able to tune into the show if Facebook decide to wake up one morning and misbehave again. You understand? Make sure all the inside. So I love all they don't know what to do. Share up the live so they go, no? Hello, they go outside today. So last week, we had a special edition show. You understand? Real special with Catch the Wave. You know, we was out and bad at the Grasshopper Entrepreneur Mixer. But this evening, hello, we inside and we just as bad. Yeah! We have a real topper treatment for all you here this evening. And I'm telling all you up front, all you're gonna get basody up in here this evening. Take what I'm telling you. See, Uncle Fred Rich. That's what we're talking about, man. Yeah, they're gonna get basody, Uncle Fred, because we're going back to the future. You understand? All you know. What I say about we history. If we not know we mistake at the past, we bound to repeat them. You understand? I hope I let that one soak in properly. So we're gonna take on a very adventurous journey with yours truly, JB, your host, and the famous Jacob brothers. You understand? Are we very own live with JB, historian, teacher, Dr. Rita. Sorry, she's also a teacher because she teaches us history too. And she does doctor the history for we when we bring it to her. You understand? So yeah, she's an all-in-one, all-inclusive. Make up yourself. Are we walking encyclopedia, Dr. Rita? We love you very much. You understand? And we're going to use this, we same strong historical foundation that Dr. Rita going to give we to engage with some of the brightest, most intelligent young men straight out of where? Big hello, we young people, listen to me, the flag waving higher now. You understand? To be go rapping all over the world with we young people. In Trinidad, in Tobago, and out in the diaspora. So we're going to meet one of Bago's brightest, youngest star, who I see can be the future Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Are you going to see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Also, I want to warn live with JB historian Dr. Rita, one time queen. Hello, I see you reach, I see you backstage. But I want to let you know, you see tonight on Live with JB, I think you meet your match. Because this guest, real passionate and up inside the history, just like you. You understand? So we're going to let him put you to test. Yeah, we're going to let him put you to test. Don't worry yourself. We're going to see, we're going to really see the challenge here this evening. Also, remember, we have real positive vibes. We have a positive vibes young Tobagonian, or who is really on a mission to uplift, encourage, and inspire the young people of Tobago by only shining a light, you understand, on their mental health struggles, but also spreading a message of hope and love straight out of Tobago. This young man was, listen to me, he was lit, as the young people say, he was lit. You understand? At the Grasshopper event we had last week. Yeah, he was out and bad last week too with me. You understand? So, I'll go get the powerful message. I know some of you go have a clue about it, but don't worry, let's relax. I'll go see who it is. I'm lying. To be honest, Tobago, real blessed up with super talented young entrepreneurs. We island good up. You understand? We island it good up. I'm telling you, we inside. When you look at, we have some amazing kings and queens, I will call them, not men and women. They deserve to be recognized as kings and queens who were in Tobago, born and bred, and now they are out in the diaspora waving that flag high, representing Tobago out there. You understand? Look, we have Miss Arlene Lyons all the way in Atlanta. We have Miss Cheryl Cleghorn. That's my chef. When I first started to learn to cook, is Mommy Cheryl teach your girl to cook, you know? Hello. We have the sewing queen, Miss Sharon Cleghorn. Hello. What about Mr. Wizard of Oz and Uncle Friend? You understand? Yeah, they're repping Tobago out there. These are born and bred Tobagonians. So, I'll be proud at the younger generation and at the older generation, because it's people like these successful business people who are setting an example and leaving some kind of hope for the younger generation to follow and to look up to. You understand? And we go cap off the night with a real important talk with one of our favorite people of all times, to talk about some serious business about what we need to do to protect our 116 square miles of natural beauty. You understand? What we just call AHWEE all are we, Bego. All are we. Mine's and yours. So I don't know what to do. Share up the live, let people rock and come in. You understand? And let them see big things are going in Tobago. It might be little, but here now, big things are going right in Tobago. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of stuff, I really want to go into the safety message, because what I want you all to remember is, yeah, places open up. For me to get down to the studio, big up to AHWEE Solutions. We get a studio. In order for me to get down here, I had to go through a lot of traffic. People like rain out there. I swear it's a normal day. Give people a chance, they want to self wear masks. It's like business going back as usual for a lot of people. You understand? And hello, COVID is still around. And I just don't like to talk until a little wear the mask and social distance. I like to remind you all, I like to bring reality. You understand? To a lot of you all. So I want you all to, along with me, to take a look at the 9 hours ago Tobago COVID-19 update. Look at it. This was 9 hours ago. This was posted. New cases, this is in Tobago, not Trinidad. This is just Tobago alone. New cases is 19. Current hospitalized is 7. New deaths, 1. So don't feel it's a bed of roses and everything going back to normal and we could we serve. Hello, wear all your mask, social distance, stay home if there's no valid reason to go out. You understand? Relax home. And COVID's supposed to humble a lot of us who have hot foot and who foot the scratch us to go all over to stay home and relax. Home is the safest place anyhow. You understand? So please keep COVID in mind for me, please. Keep it in mind and remember, hello, we have mommy, we have granny, we have grandpa, we have auntie, we have uncle to go home to. We have newborn babies too. We must play, a responsible role by protecting them. We have to go back home to them when the night is over or the day is over. And let me protect each other in this. You understand? So it ain't going to a place and all that we could fall victim to it if we do remain watchful. You understand? So let me go into reveal number 1. Are you ready for the thing to start? Are you ready for the thing to turn up? Those of you all who now tuning in, a special good evening to you all. And please remember to share the live so others could come in. And before I go into reveal number 1, I wanted to call out my very dedicated supporters in the diaspora, in Tobago, and in Trinidad. You know what I want a challenge to do this week here, Akisha, Miss Maria, Miss Sharon, Uncle Fred. What I want all to do is to share live with JB to a friend. Welcome a friend. Tell a friend about the show because it's all about Tobago, Tobago's people, Tobago history, Tobago's culture, any and everything that you could think about. And it's the positive things. There's too much negativity happening all over the world. Let me put we beautiful island out there. You understand? So tourists and everybody else could see the beauty of Tobago and the true beauty of Tobago, matter of fact. Because it have beauty and then it have the true beauty. You understand? So, we outside tonight. So, share up the live and invite a friend. You understand? Yeah. So, all I don't know, it was when about 2. All I know, I'm a very adventurous person. And it would have been like about a month or 2 ago. I don't know if you all would have remembered that I went out and we did a very interesting historical, you understand, adventure at the Crooks River. You understand? With the Jacob's brother, Mr. Dave, Mr. Rav, Mr. Patrick. You understand? And we made some mad, amazing discoveries. I tell you earlier. So what I want to ask earlier, all of the viewers, I see all are very active in the comments. This is a quiz. Before I bring out reveal number 1, tell me, I want a little just say the word crooks or cooks. Drop the comment quick. Crooks or Cooks. Let me see who just randomly figure out the correct name. Crooks or cook? Or cooks? Just drop it for me quick, eh? Drop it quick. Or let us stick on me and don't sleep on me and I don't hesitate. Drop it there. Miss Cheryl said crooks. Good. Miss Cheryl set the trail. And now all that don't follow it because all they see cooks. All they might say cooks because all they see crooks. Have a mind of all their own. I always know. Oh, here how Miss Maria run out. I always know crooks. All right, big up you. So today, all I know live with JB. Yeah, so it's Crooks River or Cooks River. So Miss Cheryl will say Crooks River, Miss Annette Cooks River. All right, I like that. But we gonna learn the correct name right here on Live with JB. Don't worry about yourself. And my choice, it would have been Crooks. That would have been, well, that is my choice, matter of fact, Crooks. You understand? So let me bring out, are we begun? Live with JB, Doctor of History. Are we walking encyclopedia to help, you understand, make sense out of this discovery that we would have had? But before I bring her out, all I know I must drop the video on earlier because the last time I played the video for her, we gave earlier a peek. So this week, all I getting the whole cake. All I instead of getting piece. So earlier, take a look at this video.
We grew up here at children, and we always knew here to be a repository for goats.
Okay.
Because that little, what do you call that, a cave? That is the inlet there. We used it to shelter the goats, so we'll tie them in that area and leave them there overnight. You know, and then in the morning we let them do. Sometimes we took them up in the back of the pasture. There's a pasture in the back of Young Cow there, where the highway passes now.
Yeah.
So they'll go up there to graze, you know, and we bring back bring them back in the evening. But we used to keep them there. But I never knew what this was about. But we were told, however, that these were watering troughs.
Okay.
For the donkeys when they would come into Scarborough to take the goods to the boat.
Right.
The farmers would leave the donkeys here for water, and then they'll take the baskets of goods, peas and corn or whatever they had, put it on their heads, and take it down to the docks for shipment to Trinidad. This is a structure that seems to have some kind of purpose or something about it is functional. And you can see changes that were made because these bricks at the bottom there, the trough thing, that looks more recent than the brickwork that we have along it. So I don't know if there were changes over the years. But this is how we know it ever since we were children. But you can see going into here, there's some kind of, I don't know, it's well designed, it's architectural design. I don't know.
That's inside. Yeah, let's walk closer. So let me zoom in so I can see up in there.
So see, there's not, apparently this was filled in from above. You see, it was probably stones and rubber fell into that area. But there was obviously some connection between here and whatever is in the back of this wall.
Wow.
But, all that needs to be explored and, you know, identified. So,
To put back up there from where it fell.
Yeah, but you see, of course, I would like to know some history
On it,
well, because I don't want to put back this stuff, you know, in any form or fashion that isn't, you know, what it's supposed to be. Yeah, so I was hoping to get Miss Pemberton to give us some information.
Definitely, you will get it Friday, for sure.
there's one here that we get the clean. You see this one here. Of course, it's also dry, I think. So this is one of the.
Go closer to it now.
Oh, you want to take them?
Yeah, you was the guy who had taken me through the adventure, man.
And this here is another one of the bird. Yeah. Now there was a little more to this here, and when my brother uncovered it, but I don't know what happened to it since. I don't know if the river came down with such force that it would have, done some damage to it. But this is another well, similar to the one we just saw, I guess. Yeah. Right, that's the top of the well. It goes right away wrong. It's a circular.
Wow.
Well. And I cannot remember how deep it was, but as a little boy, it seemed to be like 100 feet deep. That's what it is.
That's just your interpretation, yeah.
But I know after Hurricane Flora,
Right.
my father and some workmen went down into there, and the water was like waist high, I think.
Wow.
What I remember. And they weren't far down, probably 10 feet the most, and they cleaned out that well, and they allowed it to refill.
Right.
And a lot of people from Scarborough got water out of that well.
Wow.
After the hurricane flow, because the municipal pipe supply was out. So a lot of people got water from there and they boil the water to use it. And if you fill the
pass through here and climb up the wall.
yeah.
And when you climb up the wall, you see it has a big tunnel.
Well, you see the tunnel, but then so big anymore. Come up.
When we were small, it used to look big. No, man, no, it was not.
That's the tunnel.
Okay, well, it have, those, just like below the bridge here, the wrong.
Right?
Yeah, because
Look, you've seen it from here.
people could have going and say, well, here this time, they do something.
Yeah, no, parts wash away. Remember, part of it would have washed away.
No, man, the tunnel on top of that, man.
It's about on top of that.
Yes.
Oh, so high, boy, you should climb.
Yeah, we may be climbing up this easy.
No, you can't go now.
But let me see how.
You see, they have to come. I thought that was on the left.
Oh, God.
I'm seeing a hole on the left. Don't slip there.
You need to see, you still could climb, man.
But they harder than we did. They hard with it.
Break that branch behind you so we could see. And the other one too.
Oh, God, I can't breathe.
Right, that one on top of your back, that one you could break too. The one by your left hand. No, not that one, the lower one. No, right, that one. No, the lower one. No. Stretch your hand now, stretch your hand. Not that, below. Yeah.
I'll come back down for that one.
Okay. That's the guy.
Watch now. Mr. Alfie, not easy.
Ah, you see that? Ah, you see what I mean?
Making me wish I could have been up there.
The tunnel there? You can't clear out the little bush in front between me and you. Watch me, if you look back. That bush that's blocking us there. You see what I mean? I had to look for the wrong thing.
And I tell no way else to get up there.
That is no tunnel. That is half a
All right.
moon. This one here is a full moon.
Okay.
You don't have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Take some pics
Take a
and video.
picture. Right.
And take some videos too.
We asked him that. Your phone
Nice,
can
man.
take picture? You have your phone can take picture?
I like him. He and easy climbing going. Not rapping easy at all.
This going all up roughly there. That's perfect. This going way up roughly. This is catch crayfish, man. I used to get like so much that my father told me, you could go every day now, because I've eating every morning anyway.
Oh, Lord.
So here it is again. It's then I start to go. But you catch plenty big mark. You know mark and crayfish?
Yeah.
Good. Up here is just full of that. Going way up. But then wrong here, they take the thing wrong here to the ants nest. You see what the ants nest? So there's some lavantee come on here and they're telling him, hey, wrong here is lavantee now, you know.
Wow.
You know that? And they...
So what is somebody things that you all enjoyed
crayfish.
doing the crayfish?
Yeah, I'd like to fish. Them nice. He was a book. He had to say he was inside in the bed studying. He used to be studying all the time.
True.
Yeah.
Or he like Miss Arlene. Our head always in the book.
All right, guys. So Ollie had it live and direct there. I couldn't help but cracking up. Mr. Ravi is our boss. Is our boss tour guy. Trust me, is our boss. So with no further ado, Ollie don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to bring out, my very distinguished, guest. I'm to talk about, what we just see in the video. So, Mr. Dave, like Mr. Ralph get cold feet on me, and we walking encyclopedia, Dr. Rita, well the day. Hi, Mr. Dave. Welcome to Live with JB.
Good evening, JB. How are you?
I am fine. Hi, Dr. Rita. Welcome to Live with JB.
Hi, JB. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Doc. How are you?
Okay.
So, first of all, Mr. Dave, I'll just really like to say thank you very, very, very much, for the kind hospitality you and your brothers would have given to me on my day, adventuring those discoveries. Hello, and thank your brother, Mr. Patrick, for the nice cup of tea, man. It lasts. So thank you all so very much. And also thank you for taking the time out of all your busy day, you understand, to show me the secrets of the Crook River. So,
You're welcome, JB. You know that is part of our Tobago thing. Hospitality is Tobago.
That's it. So let me hand it over now, Dr. Rita and Mr. Dave. The floor is yours.
Well, I came hoping to get some kind of insight as to what we would have just seen in Crooks River, because, as I said, we would have known there to be something of a trough to feed mules or donkeys. I've heard since then that there's something of the sort of something they call a lime kiln, which is probably what we were looking at. That piece of infrastructure we couldn't identify. And I know Dr. Pemberton spoke about using the well water to bathe slaves before they get them up to Old Market. I would assume that the Old Market was a slave market, in fact. I guess we need to get some more information, Doc, if you could shed some light on that.
Sure, Dave. Good evening, listeners all. Yes, the area around Crooks, the correct thing is CWKS. I don't know where the R came from and when it was introduced, but on all the maps I've seen Crooks River. Right. So this is a very historical area. It was used, well, they have a dual purpose, both of which were important. Now, there was a tunnel leading from there up to the old market. So we'll talk about the old market after. But when enslaved people, well, captive Africans landed in Tobago in and around Scarborough, after the trek of and the horrors of that trip, you could imagine what they would have looked like. But if they are going up for sale, they have to be made presentable and saleable to attract good prices. So they were usually bathed and oiled. So the bathing took place right there in that area because of the presence of the wells. Water was always available. So they would be bathed. So you'll wash off all the grime from the trip and they would be oiled to make them shine and look lusty and fresh. Because when they were paraded for sale, the buyers would examine every part of their body. They'll skin their eyes open, they'll check the ears, they'll check the mouth, you have to open the mouth, they check the teeth, and go all the way down the body. So that was the one role of Cooks River, that area. It came to be called horse trough. And it's because it was the area where the plantation owners left their animals when they came to Scarborough to do business. All the main business was transactions occurred at the area which now houses the assembly buildings. So what was there was really at the time a courthouse in the first instance. And this courthouse served to deal with matters of justice by daytime, but it was also the center for evening activities. So when planters came, they came with their horses, they came with their horse-drawn carriages, and these were left in that area. The animals had water, so they were tethered there, and the carriages left there, and then the men, it was usually men, would be taken up to whatever function it was they attended to. So that's how it came to be called horse trough. So subsequently, when there were no horses and when planters sort of drifted out of Tobago because they weren't making any money and they sold out, it was used by the goats. So the Jacob family had their goats and they were free to roam in the area. And then other people decided other purposes. It was called Ant's Nest because there was some kind of drug activity going on there, so I'm told. Right, but it is a national treasure, and I think much better use should be made of it and much better care taken of it. Now, it was mentioned, I don't know if it's Ralph or Dave, about the hurricane, how so many people depended on those wells for water. So it's a water source. I mean, there are obviously springs there, filling up those wells continuously from how many centuries back. So maybe WASA could do an investigation to see if the level of the water could at least serve a small area, because every dry season, many parts of Tobago suffer from drought and as a result, shortage of water in the taps. So, but yes, it is an important area. The trace from the area up to the market, the old market, has been blocked off by several kinds of activities. And the remnants of the lime kiln had to do with the time when Tobago was into the lime business. And, everybody had some lime trees and they were trying to make an industry out of it. It lasted for a short period of time in the early part of the 20th century. And because there was Lyme disease, one, and two, there couldn't be proper agreement between the large planters and the small operators. And then the whole thing fizzled out because the industry was just not making money. So I want to come back to Old Market. There are several trails leading to Old Market. Now, we do have a problem in Tobago because when we say Old Market, people think of James Park. But the Old Market is really that area which is opposite to Radio Tamarind, and much of it has been used as a car park. In the process of the construction of the car park, it seems the area between the courthouse and Old Market was blocked. Now that route of the trail was important because if you have to try a enslaved person at the court, all the plantation owners knew that one of the things that you needed to do was to get that person there from one point to the other without intervention by other brethren who would oppose the action. So, I mean, during resistant movements, people would pelt whatever they got at whoever they wanted to target. So the underground trails were of value for that purpose. And so Old Market was a market. It was a market where enslaved persons were able to sell their produce. One of the provisions for the enslaved in Tobago, particularly after this outbreak of the American War of Independence in 1783, when food items were very scarce. And so to prevent, and in fact, in some Caribbean colonies, there was a high death rate of enslaved people because just did not have food. So one of the strategies used in Tobago by the planting community was to give them plots of land. Each person over the age of 14 was given a piece of land to cultivate with the understanding that you will cultivate food items, ground provisions, and that sort of stuff. So they could use that produce to sell. Now, it wasn't a fair arrangement. When they sold their produce, a percentage went to the planter, but the rest they had for themselves. And so some of them kept saving their earnings until they got either enough money to purchase their own freedom or that of their children, or at emancipation after 1838, they could buy a piece of land. So that we have a strong history of one, the ambition to be landowners, two, the determination to become landowners, and by putting your effort towards doing it, and three, attaining that between 1838 and 1900. By then, we had a class of black landowners in Tobago. So some people, some families have the fortune to be able to trace their land-owned holdings from that period right through. And it is my hope that such persons who have inherited such a tradition would not find it necessary to dispose of their land arbitrarily. Right. So we have that. We have this is the old market. You had the opportunity as an enslaved person to cultivate and sell. However, it was also a slave market, so that when the ships came in loaded with people, captive Africans for sale, then they were paraded in Old Market and purchase there and go through the humiliation of people groping all of them and deciding, well, I will buy this one. What happened there? Some families where they continue to exist on the boat, or some close friends, so people develop close relationships with their shipmates as a mechanism of survival. So all that was broken up and you were carried off by your new owners to whichever plantation you were going to. But it was also a site of punishment because during the period of enslavement, it was believed to be most effective if you demonstrate to people what will happen to them if they dare to resist. I mean, the whole idea of enslavement was that you must obey. In fact, the churches preached that you must obey your masters. And so if you dared not to obey, then you'd be punished and everybody would see. So you would be hung, and there were a large number of salmon trees in the area. There's only one surviving item right now, and that item is an offspring of the older trees. The Hurricane Flora of 1963 destroyed many of the trees. So you will be punished. And the punishment was hanging or public whipping, right? So the demonstrative effect of that was supposed to help to control the enslaved population. So that was all market. It was a source of humiliation, a source of punishment. It was also a source of empowerment because you could earn something and you could save and use your money to buy whatever. So that's the historical site, and you needed to bring enslaved in a orderly manner that they couldn't run away. And that is what the underground trails did. You carry them and you bathe them, and then you have a trail. You have them on a charge, and you move them from the that old building, old works building, up to the courthouse, so that they could be charged without people protesting and interrupting the judicial, what they consider the judicial process.
So, Mr. Dave, did you know anything about this history?
Very little. I'm learning from the doc now. What we knew is just what I said. There was some snippets of what the doc said concerning the lime business there. And of course, I'm now learning that they were not donkeys that were being watered there, but they were in fact horses,
Yes,
like
horse farm.
plantation owner
Nice.
horses, businessmen horses, yeah. Which is good information. I also learned that the tunnel, there's a tunnel that exists between the courthouse, the old courthouse, and Old Market. So
Studious, yes, you're a studious student.
all you
Just
call me
paying attention.
you called me a bookworm earlier, so I have to live up to that.
What is
I paid
this?
attention. Yeah,
Yes.
thanks a
So,
lot,
So,
Doc, for the
no
you all,
problem.
information.
No
just
problem.
before you all go, I have one more question for the both of you all. You all think it's possible that we could open back up the tunnels?
Well,
I don't think so. I think you can open up parts, but like the road that was built at Old Market, that has blocked off the tunnel up, around that area. So I don't know how far you would get. The bit of the tunnel that exists between the old works building goes across underneath Burnett Street. I doubt you would be able to open that up. And
Okay.
the parts of it at the works building has been closed off anyway, and so too in the House of Assembly in the area that used to be the court. I think there might be the possibility to move some distance under. I don't know if anybody has been brave enough to go. I
Enough.
was sufficiently curious, and I assure them I would go, but I'll be the last person in the line because I'm not sure what we're going to meet under there.
I'll be right behind you, Doc.
When I'm the last
Behind
person,
you.
you have to be in front of me.
Oh,
Yeah,
you real brave.
but I mean, it is just curious to
Nice.
know
Yeah.
how far the opening remains, and I mean
Well,
that could be a tourist attraction. It would
well,
be.
well, Dr. Rita, we have a very brave person, we have Mr.
Yes.
Ralph. Maybe he could check for us. Mr. Ralph, big up yourself. You could go and probably check for us. So, Dr. Rita and Mr. Dave, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing such an educational part of our history in Tobago. It's always a pleasure, and we can't wait for next week to see what more we could learn. Mr. Dave, hey, you are A plus student, like my A plus teacher, Miss Aline. I can't believe you gaps all of that information so quickly by just listening to her. That's amazing. So,
A
thank you
good
so
teacher.
much.
A good
And
teacher helps.
well, you see, you all compliment each other. So thank you so much. And please send our love over to Mr. Patrick and your brother, Mr. Ralph. You can't have enough of him and his climbing skills, man. So we'll have more of it soon again. But thank you so much, Mr. Dave.
You're welcome.
All
Okay.
right.
Alrighty. Okay, Dave.
Okay, so Dr. Rita, you haven't left because I don't want you to go.
I
So
know.
for reveal number 2, I need you to be here with me, but I'm gonna put you backstage for a few minutes and I'm gonna bring you back on for the reveal number 2.
Okay.
You understand?
After
So
the review. So
stay put. Now go a place.
Me
Don't
nah go
break
a place.
Chris.
Me
Now
nah
break
go a
Chris.
right.
All right, so I just want to say to Miss Sharon, I saw that you asked a question. Mr. Ralph was the climber. Mr. Dave was the one who was cautioning him. You know? So, all right. Yeah, it was Mr. Ralph who were doing all the climbing antiques, which I wish I could have gone and done too, but I was too frightened. Anyway, so for reveal number 2, you understand? We're about to go where the air is really, 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 and genuinely rare. You understand? And it will take at least 2 people, including someone like Dr. Rita, who have a doctorate, you understand, to do justice to this next guest. So, honestly, listen, let me drop the video now and show you why we need Dr. Rita on for this next reveal. Let me just drop the video for reveal number 2 for the take this. Take that.
My mom never used to have to tell me to pick up a book because she would trust that I have my priorities in line and that I would make the conscious effort to do my schoolwork. So I think it's all about the personal motive, your priorities as an individual, and just putting in the individual effort. So when she called me, she was very emotional. Daniel, you got scholarship, Daniel. She started to cry. I started to cry. And the emotions just took over. After I called my mommy to tell her the news, she screamed out. She started to cry. So, I mean, it was amazing, an amazing feeling. According to the Interparliamentary Union 2022, youth are vastly underrepresented in political institutions. A field slave. I am descendants of Betsy Jane and Elfreda. I am my ancestors who were once enslaved. What I say is colored by my ancestral experience. Your connection, my connection, our connection. I, Daniel Wilson, having been elected a youth assemblyman for Tobago, do swear by Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago, will uphold the Constitution and the law, and will conscientiously and impartially discharge the duties and responsibilities of youth assemblyman that I am now about to assume.
First of all, before I bring out my next reveal, I really want to say hats off to Miss Arlene and her media personnel who put together that video. You know, actually seeing that video for me as a young person, I asked myself, how could this young man hold so many, different positions? He have held so many different positions, and he continued to hold. You understand? So it's really inspiring that he could be such a positive influence on other people. I'm like, what the heck? Like, that's a lot. Congratulations to you, Daniel. So, with no further ado, let me bring out the future Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Hi, Daniel. Welcome to Live with JB.
Hi, JB. Good night, Tobago. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you, Daniel. Dynamic Daniel, I should say. And also, congratulations on being the only Cape Scholar winner from AHWEE Tobago.
We Tobago. Correct.
Ah, that is the thing, there, man. So, a dynamic Daniel, tell me. I have so many questions to ask you, so many different questions I want to ask you, but I know Dr. Rita too want to chat with you as well. You understand? Because
Definitely.
you all share the same passion for history. But tell
Right.
me, how does Prime Minister Daniel Wilson song? By chance, is it
It's
something that you
it's about buzz. It's
aspiring
about
to?
kind of buzz. It's about kind of buzz state. So possibly in the future, you never
I
know. We
like
could see
that.
that. We could see that happening.
Trust me.
Even when I
Yeah.
was back in Tobago for the little ceremony that I had for the scholarship, the
Mm-hmm.
chief secretary, Mr. Augustine, he put that to me as well. He gave me that kind of suggestion that some kind of
Wow.
office like prime minister, chief secretary
Yeah.
in the future. So you know, you never know.
It
You
is
never know.
it
We'll see
is
how
it,
it goes.
it is possible and embrace any possibilities given, you know?
Correct.
Because trust me, I had a drive and I know you personally too. And I
Yeah,
know that kind of drive that you have, and anything is really possible with you. I will not
definitely.
be surprised. Anything that is positive,
Positive.
is
Correct.
positive.
Correct.
Is possible with you. Trust me. You have never disappointed me. So, Daniel, just for the audience to know a little more about Daniel, where are you tuning in now?
Well, currently I am in Barbados. I'm studying at the University of the West Indies, Caville campus. I'm pursuing a Bachelor's of Law degree. So right now I'm in my 2 by 4 lovely bedroom here at the Frank Worrell Hall, and
Mm-hmm.
glad to be sharing with you all today.
Nice. So, Dynamic Daniel, tell me, where in Tobago did you born and grow?
I wasn't born in Switzerland, but I was raised in Switzerland. I was born at the Scarborough General Hospital, and I was raised in the nice village of Switzerland, the scenic, picturesque village of Switzerland, Tobago.
Nice.
That's where my roots are from. That's where I know. I also have a lot of family in the Hope area. I have relatives in the
Okay.
Argyle area from Tobago as well. So I'm a Tobago man first of all, but Switzerland is where I'm from.
Nice, man. Well, big up Susulan. Great things are coming out of Susulan. You understand? You
Correct.
always hear about Bethel getting stiff competition because
Yeah,
Susulan in the house this evening. You
Switzerland's in
understand?
the house tonight.
And great things coming out of Susulan, and it's starting with the babes, the young ones. Big up you, Daniel, man. I like that. So, Daniel, tell me something. Where you got that confidence for public speaking?
Um, I think it's probably just because of the people around me, I would say. Well, my brother, he was the former CARICOM youth ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago. So seeing him do all these various pursuits, seeing him go on things like Tobago Channel 5 Children's Showcase and
Mm-hmm.
really exploring his craft and finding his voice, it made me want to find my voice as well in the Tobago space. So I would say that possibly I would have taken pattern from him a lot and maybe even surpassed him now, and
Wow.
through my various experiences, holding different positions in
Yep.
high school and stuff like that, I would have been able to better refine the craft and the art of public speaking. And another essential thing that helped me as well was the my experience in the Tobago Youth Assembly as youth
Yep.
assemblyman, because that would require me being in the house, being in the chamber, speaking on
Yep.
a lot of issues that affect the young people of my area and the young people of Tobago. So those experiences would have really molded me to become, I would say, a really good, have a good grasp of public speaking for today.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you that you were the presiding officer as well. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Daniel, not easy. I tell you,
Yeah.
big things are going with
Big
you
things
from
are going, big
early.
things are going. You're
I
seeing that.
can't wait to see what the future holds with you. Now, the reason why I asked you that is because you don't know your girl over 30 years. And when I started off live with JB, listen, everybody who know me are accustomed going on a live and just talking. But to
Yeah.
actually do a show, it took a lot out of me. And I didn't have the confidence. I would, the minute this come on, I'd be shaking. I feeling all my organs just, panicking. And I really want to say shout out to Miss Sharon Felix, who were there to walk me through, having that confidence and owning where's yours,
Mhm. That's correct.
Yeah, so she kind of helped me build that confidence. So big up to Miss Sharon Felix, man.
Big up
Yeah,
Miss Felix one time.
yeah. so so Daniel, I know you would have held different position in Tobago, including the Tobago House of Assembly. So could you kind of just give us like a minute about us, all about the different positions that you have held at such a young age?
Okay, no problem. Well, most recently, I would have concluded my term as the Youth Assemblyman and area representative for Bethel Mount Irvin, now known as, I think it's Bethel New Grange.
Yep.
And that experience was really amazing. I would have walked around, met the people, met the youth in the community, in the electoral district. And it was an opportunity for me to really advocate on their behalf. I've also held the position of the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Youth Ambassadors, Tobago chapter. I held that position for about 3 years since 2019, and my term would have finished in 2021. And that was really a great and enlightening experience for me to really reach out to young people, not only in Tobago, not only in Trinidad, but across the region, to really build those kind of salient connections that we need for the development of young people, especially in Tobago itself. Um, Other organizations, the Phoenix Society, that is a organization that uses the arts to holistically develop the young people, because I'm also passionate about the arts and culture and heritage and stuff like that. And I would have held a number of leadership positions in my high school as well, president of the student council and different stuff like that. So I'm really proud of all these
Yeah.
experiences that I would have engaged in, because they would have shaped me into the person that I am for today. So
That's
yeah.
right. And trust me, you make all of us proud, and I'm sure you're very proud of yourself as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So I heard that you're a lover of history. So this is where I had to bring out. You understand? Are we walking encyclopedia, Dr. Rita, to have a little history talk with yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Love history.
Okay. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Dr.
Let,
Pemberton.
let me add my congratulations to everybody else and tell you I am particularly proud. One, because I went to Bishop's High School. Two, because
Dr. Pemberton, I could interrupt you. What house were you in Bishops?
and Steve.
Oh, and still, okay, I was in Davy's house, but still a good house.
Uh, no, good house. And Steve's house. Anyhow, so what struck me is that in this period we don't have many students opting to do history. So I would like you to tell me and to all listeners what made you select history.
So, starting in Bishop's High School, well, obviously, during the first form level, we were exposed to a number of subjects, about 14 subjects. And Caribbean history was always one that just spoke to me in a way that only Caribbean history could speak to me. I really had a passion for understanding why we are here, understanding our situation, understanding our Tobago situation, our regional situation. So the passion for history for me really came from those young formative years, learning about resistance and revolt, learning about the slave trade, learning about apprenticeship and stuff like that. Um, what really stood out in history for me was the way in which it was taught. I had a lot of amazing teachers. Shout out to Miss Griffith, Miss Carrington from Bishop's High School, obviously, who have really presented the history in a very engaging and informative way. It really made you want to learn the history, like you want to learn it because you just want to know what happened next and how what would have happened in the past influences and impacts us for today. So it's really about that. I really think I had a thirst for knowledge to understand what happened before. And that thirst for knowledge really fueled my love for history. Um, so yeah, that is really why I pursued Caribbean history and then history at Cape level, obviously. Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, that's one thing. The other thing is that um, my experience has been a number of people wanting to do history, but, and certainly at university level, they were discouraged by their parents or close relatives. Did you have any such experience?
Not at all. I feel like I was really independent in choosing some of the stuff that I wanted to do. Well, my mother believed in do what you like, and then when you do what you like, you would always find some avenue to make money out of it. So it's not a situation where I was forced to, let me say, do science to become a doctor because doctor have money. She would always encourage me to do what I liked, and I really liked history. So it was never something for me that anybody discouraged me from doing history or say like you don't have no opportunities in history. It was something I genuinely liked and had a passion for, so that's why I pursued it.
Okay, but you were you conscious of all the opportunities that history offers?
I was definitely conscious. So in the event that some one of my friends in high school would have said, "Oh God, you're doing history. History so boring and nothing to do in history," I'd be like, "There's so much more to history than just plain old history. History helps you understand people, helps you understand events that happen around us, even for today. Once you have that appreciation for the past, you'd also have an appreciation for where you want to go in the future. So it's much more than remembering dates and remembering what happened in World War II or World War One. It's about history is about life. We live history. Everything that goes on right now, few days later, a few seconds later is history. So it's all about understanding that kind of process and engaging with it.
Yes, well, I concede that history is presented to the students not necessarily in a manner that could encourage them into pursuing the subject, but I think the important thing is for everybody to recognize the importance of history in everything that we do. It's history is about people. It's not about kings and queens and wars. It's about people and their struggles and how they overcome, how they overcame their difficulties. And in the history of Tobago, what is very, very evident is there was a struggle to make themselves the kind of person they wanted to be. And
Mm.
for them coming out of enslavement, the important thing was owning a piece of land. And if we today could understand that, and those of us who had the privilege to inherit could remember that we stand on the shoulders of our ancestors and we owe it to them as well as to ourselves and to the island to hold on to that piece of land and
Hold
carry it on
on,
and carry it
definitely.
on.
That is a
So,
really interesting conversation because I was having a conversation with my mom actually when he was talking about land, and we just discussing how a lot of times people would sell family land. Like if you have land somewhere, you'd consider selling it just to get a piece of money. But I was always of the philosophy to keep the land, keep your land, because the land will have passed down from generation to generation, and it's so important, especially as you said in the history of Tobago. So I just found it interesting how you brought up that conversation.
right. But I would just like, because we're running out of time, I would just like you to say something to the young people about history and its value to them as a young scholar,
Yeah.
prime minister in the making, and all of that. I mean, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I have my dress ready. I don't care how old I would be. I would be there for every occasion. So just a word to the young people
All right.
about success and about history.
All right. So about history, I think that the engaging the study of history is so beneficial not only to you as an individual, but it transcends the individual in that you can be able to understand the events of the past and relate them to current day issues. And that is a valuable skill in any area that you want to pursue, whether it is you want to go into policy making, whether it is you want to be an entrepreneur. To have that kind of understanding of the past and understanding of the people that you surround yourself with, understanding if you're an entrepreneur the customer dynamics of your area, what would have influenced those customer dynamics. Having an understanding and appreciation for the history of the space you live in is so important, especially for us as Caribbean people, especially as West Indian people. You want to have that understanding and that appreciation. And I believe once we look past the traditional view that history is all about dates and and numbers and reading. Well, all of that in it. Once we understand that kind of overarching significance that the subject has to play in our daily lives, I think that we will get more engaged student interaction with this subject. So this is just my piece of encouragement to encourage everyone listening to try to engage with history as much as possible, because if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you go. You don't know where you're going, you know?
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Right. Great. Thank you so much. And
No
again,
problem.
congrats. All the best to
Thank
you.
you so much. It was
So,
a pleasure being here, Dr. Pemberton. Pleasure.
well, it was a pleasure meeting you. And when I have my legal business, I know who to come to.
Definitely.
Me
Looking
too. All right, Dr. Rita, thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Night. Bye, everybody.
All right. So, Daniel, I must say, big up to your mother. And that teaching that she taught you, that stood out for me as well. Do what you like and you will find an avenue to make money. Miss Arlene, Miss Lyons, how that song is something that been trying to, you gotta beat a child sometimes to understand. I get plenty licks trying to understand that from my cheerleaders, Miss Arlene and Miss Lyon. And big up to your mother. I love that. I actually wrote it down because it's something that I want to use. Do what you like and you will find an avenue to make money doing so. Big up to mom.
Yes.
So before I allow you to go, I have a very special guest backstage, a Bishop High School fan. You understand, who wants to meet with you? So let me bring him out. Mr. Dave.
Hi, Daniel. Congratulations.
Hi, Mr. Dave. Thank you.
They speak about your historical background or the fact that you like history. We know you have a little political slant, you know. But what I remember the first time I met you, Daniel. Well, the first time I saw you in action, so to speak. I came to the school to meet the principal, and I sat there waiting in the office, and you came in with your head girl, and you all did a speech ban demonstration for me. You were advertising an event to the school, actually. You took the PA system, and you and your head girl went to town with this speech ban event kind of thing. And it was really catchy. And I told Miss Ramnarayan when I saw, I said, you see that guy? He's going to make Bishop's High School so proud. And here you are. Huh?
Yes, I remember that.
That was amazing. Huh?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. So congratulations, Daniel. And of course, we're looking forward to big things from you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So thank you so much, Mr. Dave, for coming on and, being that ray of encouragement for our young people, man. I like that when the older heads can really play that role. I admire that. So thank you so much. And Daniel, congratulations to you. And I can't wait to see what next with Dynamic Daniel. Really, so we love you. Be safe out there.
All right.
We'll be checking up on you. Don't worry.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody. Good night, Tobago. Good night, Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice. So, that's what we're talking about. Miss Jojo. Miss Jojo, anyhow, she reached. May see Mr. Wizard of us yet. But anyhow, big up Anstey House. Miss Cheryl, Miss Sharon, Miss Lyons, and Miss Arlene were also in Anstey House. Big up all yourself. So, we're going to go into the first advertiser segment for this evening, and it's Experience Tobago Packages by Catch the Wave.
Baby, you, girl, wherever you are, whatever you do, stay the way that you are, wherever you go. Nobody I know. Could I do what you do when you jam me that way? So jam me that way.
So, what I want Tobagonians, Trinidadians, and those of you all out in the diaspora. No, I have to include Tobagonians as well because, or Trinbagonians that live in Tobago because, hello, we could be living in this, a lot of us, including me, are living on this island and we have never experienced Tobago. Hello, going to the beach, enjoying the crystal clear water, eating crab and dumpling, kongs and dumpling, whatever is other famous dishes is not experienced in Tobago. I've seen many of my social media friends leave Trinidad, they come to Tobago, they go to the club, they go to a party, they do the little zesting, they go on the beach, take pictures, and they go back home. That's not experience in Tobago. Sorry to bust a lot of people bubbles here tonight, but that is not experience in Tobago. What you need, what other really had to do is to experience the real Tobago through Catch the Waves experience packages. You understand? Who is about unlocking the real Tobago and giving you all, listen, an experience of a lifetime. Well, they could have probably a cookout on the beach in Castara. You understand? Or they might even be lucky to see dolphins when they go on the boat with Mr. Porridge. What about a hike in the rainforest? To get the bird's eye view of the rainforest, you understand, and the host of, listen to me, from Mr. Bullett's natural campsite. Let me tell you this, Tobago have a lot for us to enjoy and to experience and to explore on land and in the sea. You understand? So don't feel that coming over here and doing the little zest and take 100 pictures at the same place, same thing every month, every year, every little vacation they come, is the same thing. Switch it up. You understand? Really experience what Tobago have. What about the COVID, the Corbin wildlife? Hello, we have our natural packages, our hikes. You understand? We have snorkeling. We have a number of Catch Wave experience packages that you all can experience. And you know what they could do? Be the first set of people to go out and boast and show off and say, oh, look where I went. And they go be like, where they went, where they find out from. Right here in Tobago, because all they're doing it different. They're really experiencing Tobago. So if all they're interested in an experience package, all they have to do is go to Catch the Wave website. There's something going to pop up, contact us. All they have to do is follow that. Follow that, contact us. WhatsApp 3916101. WhatsApp 3916101. Or email info@catchthewavettt.com. That is email info@catchthewavettt.com. Or they could use the promo code LWJB, that's Live with JB, to receive a special offer. You understand? So, let me really experience Tobago nice Easter time, holidays time. Let me really do it different. Forget the normal beach. Every year, every time we're doing the same thing. Let me go out there and explore and experience Tobago, courtesy Catch the Wave Solution experience packages. How that song? Miss Sharon, when you and Miss Cheryl come back, Miss Jojo, all we out there? We out there. We're going to explore and experience Tobago in all its glory. Right. Right. So I like to answer questions. So Miss Sharon, yes, that was Mr. Dave Jacob. His brother is Mr. Ralph Jacob and Mr. Patrick Jacob. But the person who was on the show was Mr. Dave Jacob. So yes, I was just answering your question. So let me go into reveal number 3. This is where I would have told you all at the beginning of Live with JB. We have a positive vibes young Tobagonian who on a mission to uplift, encourage, and inspire all our young people, all Trinidad, Tobago, on the diaspora, all over. So before I bring out this next reveal here, I don't know how do you think this go. How do you think this? How do you think this go? Check it.
What is I did? I was created a message targeted towards the youth that would have dealt with mental health struggles, not only as a result of the pandemic, but from before the pandemic, right? And in this post-COVID state.
Let me bring out a wee young talented youth. Amiri. Hi Amiri, welcome to Live with JB.
Hi JB, going on?
How you going? Wagwan, everything good?
I good now.
Hello. You see when you come on my show to try to tantalize me, I don't appreciate it. But just because you come to do that, could you show the viewers poo, please? Thank you.
So everybody, bring a friend here today, poo. Yeah, you just chill out here for the night here, really come for the set antics.
Yeah, he relaxing with you.
Yeah.
Nice man. So Amiri, tell the audience where you're tuning in from.
I'm tuning in from Scarborough in Tobago.
That's where you're born and grow?
Yeah, I grew, well, I was born in the Scarborough General Hospital. Yeah, born and raised in Darrell Spring, right? Scarborough, Tobago. Yep.
Big up Darrell Spring, man.
Yeah.
Nice. So Amiri, tell the audience about your brand. It's You Clothing. What really inspired you to do this, and how you came up with that idea?
Right. So It's You Clothing. Now, I actually wanted to do a clothing brand for like within the same 2 year span. I wanted to start it in 2020, right? But I was just going to do something. I wanted to make it creative, something different. But I was kind of observing other clothing brands that were out there because at the point in time, a lot of clothing brands had just been popping up on social media. So I took the time to just kind of observe based on what they would have done and see, well, how it is I could incorporate something or what I could try to make different. So I took me roughly over a year to kind of put this into place. But how I chose to make it different is I wanted to touch on something a little bit, something deep, right? And at the point in time I was in school, I was actually doing a course, right, in business administration. And there
Big up
was
you.
something, yeah, diploma actually. So,
What? Hi.
yeah,
Not
so,
easy. Big things are going. Don't
yes.
slide it, just so man. Big up you.
Sure. All right. And there was something they asked us to do, and I wanted to do it on mental health. And I wasn't able to, like, based on what happened at the point in time, I couldn't hand in the project again, so I just had it there. And then I remembered that, hey, I wanted to do this clothing brand, what if, I mix it? How I would be able to, put that out there. And what I wanted to do also was create a brand, like how Nike, and they are the simple, the words, because I mean, it's you, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to create something that, you know, would have more depth because I mean, I have a lot of clothing brands out there, and well, based on what I saw and what it is I wanted to pursue, I wanted to really reach out to the youths and give
Wow.
something of value, give it more
Yeah.
of a psychological self.
Positive vibes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, and all of that too is why I came up with the tagline with "There's no balance without imperfection," because what it is that youth, especially today within our 16 to 25 age bracket, is they
Mm-hmm.
tend to focus on all the things that would make them feel, like they're not a part of something, right?
Yeah.
And what it is I trying to push is that it's okay if you have a big nose or you may not have as much
A big
muscle. Or,
forehead.
yeah, so you just have to be able to embrace yourself.
Yep.
I mean, it have certain things that you could be able to change along the way as you get up in age, but don't try to change your raw self. You know.
Accept you as you are. Yep.
Yep. So yeah, and that's really where it came from. So.
Yeah, I like that message because I mean I'm a woman and a lot of us as women we have a tendency of beating up ourselves for things like one of mine was this. You see this? This
Mm.
nose is very straight and it's something it took me a
Mm,
very long time to embrace because people will be like, "Wow, you have such a unique nose. I love your nose," and I'll be like, "What? I don't like my nose."
right.
So I
Mm,
have learned to really embrace it, but as women, especially, we tend to really beat up ourselves. And I love the positive message behind this you brand. I really really love it, and it's something for all of us to embrace and accept. You understand?
yeah.
So so tell me, Amiri, what really make you care so much about the young people and their mental health struggles?
Well, around that same time, I was in 2020.
Right.
I was in the best headspace,
Mm-hmm.
and it had a lot of things that it was kind of that over the years I kind of put on the back burner and decide, well, I don't want to deal with that right now, and you kind of just move on with life. And then when we were forced to kind of just stay put, and just kind of be one with your thoughts, that came in a lot,
Yep.
because it was so much, right? And then because of that, that made the entire year very challenging.
Wow.
And yeah, because of having to deal with that, and even too when I was in school also, now over the years I would have went to a lot of workshops and camps, sports camp, all these different things. So I
Exciting.
interact with a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
And just from I know I was kind of quiet at times. Sometimes I'll be outspoken, but most times I would listen to people and observe them and realize
Mm-hmm.
that there are a lot of people really suffering with certain things. They may not talk about it. They might,
Silently.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
they might choke on it, and then everybody that just laugh it off, hey, whatever, and they really, nobody really peep it because they're so kind of just
Mm-hmm.
talking.
It's
Nobody
true.
really listening to what's going on. Sometimes there is blatantly just say it out there, but they would make it in such a way that they know they ain't gonna take it on, so they just say it just because they want to get it out there.
Yeah.
So they have a
That's
lot
right.
of people like that, and even too, like just in my situation, for
Mm-hmm.
them having to now stay in one place and try and deal with that. No, I can't even understand or fathom how they would be able to, or would have been able to,
Yep.
deal with that during that time. So yeah, it's a serious thing, and it
Yeah.
just what it is they trying to do is really speak to them and let them know that you know talk even if you do like sometimes a lot of them in that bracket too, they wouldn't want to talk about how it is they feel. They may not want to. They may not trust anybody
Yeah.
to.
It's
And,
true.
yeah. So, but you really need to find a way, to be able to let it out. For
Yeah.
me, like one thing I used to do, I used to write poems, right? So
Okay.
yeah, so we
I
write
gotta bring you back on another show to do a poem for us.
well, but you see, I saw at the point in time, I used to like every time something bother me or really bother me, I end up catching myself writing. So it probably got you
Okay.
guys. I see probably write hundreds of poems, got you how much books and
Yeah.
just writing because every time something bother is like, well, I gotta write that down, because you
Yeah.
don't want to lash
Lose
out
it.
in a way and that you will regret, you know.
True.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So I'm a bit very curious, Amiri, what really pulled you through that rough space you was in?
well, um, for me. I guess I was always a bit unique in that I would try to not at a point in time I used to like to want to follow friends, right?
Right.
Because I mean normally
It
following
happens to
friends,
all of us. Bad
yeah,
company sometime and we still
and
going.
yeah, and based on what I saw, based on my friends and them, they look at they gain the attention. I did the exact same thing. And I realized
Ah.
I ain't get no attention. So I was wasting my time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then when I end up just saying, me, let me try because it never at the point when I was following them, I say, all of this I trying to do, I ain't really stop and let me say, let me try and be myself, kind of
Yeah.
expose this, from the moment I did that.
Yeah.
Things that started come.
Flow.
Things that started,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I did,
Positivity. Yeah.
yeah. So and then from that now, yeah, it coming from the rough place now, I knew that I couldn't hide anymore. Yeah, I couldn't
Hmm.
keep that in. So
Wow.
we had to find a way. But one thing I would say, right, if for nothing to take away from this,
Mm-hmm.
praying. Praying
Wow.
because prayer
Miss
really,
Lyons. Yep.
if ever being so honest, that's the, that's probably the only thing that really carried me through this entire thing.
Hmm.
Because
Pray.
if it is I didn't take up that conscious decision to
Hmm.
go and pray,
Wow.
this wouldn't have come to be.
Yeah, this is really
Yeah,
a powerful message indeed. Trust me, it's very, very inspiring and encouraging, and it really feels good to see such a positive brand of clothing is coming out of Tobago as well. And from a very young man, you could have find yourself to do anything else what all these other young people is doing. But I'm really proud to see this positive step that you have taken and I
yeah,
cannot wait to get my hands on that U jersey and flaunt it. So,
yeah.
all about you. Tell the audience about how they can contact you to get their U brand as well.
Right. So, as you probably would have seen in the first few slides before I came on. We have the contact information, so leave my number. Tell the number on the Facebook page, but we have a Facebook page which is You Clothing Brand. We also have Instagram page which is it's you clothing.tt. Right, you
Mm.
can check out those pages well, and we also have a TikTok page. It's you clothing, right? So yeah, similar names. Yeah, similar names. You could get me onto any one of those things. And the actual process of it, you would so say you message on Facebook, say contact me, let you know that all right. So well then say the colors we have that available in right now. So you have the black, right? You have the white, and we also have this new color that just came. We have blue, as you will see in one of
Okay.
these slides. Yeah. So but based on these types of jerseys that I use, they are a
Mhm.
bit bigger than what you would expect. So I only have them in
Right.
small, medium, and large. Currently, I'm wearing a medium. Now, for me, I have a bit
Yeah.
of muscle, so it may
I
not
know
look
that.
crazy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it may not look thing, but yeah, it's bigger sizes, right? And yeah, from
Nice.
there, you will know you have the option to either make the bank deposit or you can transfer the money, or if it is that you want to get it onto me in
Hands
hand,
on.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can also do that as well.
So, and one more thing, just curious for those supporters and viewers out in the diaspora, if they want to purchase your jersey, is there a way that they could get it?
Yeah, well, so
Or something that you
yes,
would work on?
that is something that I'm working on.
Nice, lovely.
Yeah.
Yes, man, take you out there, man. So,
Yeah.
Amiri, thank you so much, and I'm really, really proud of you. You
Right,
understand?
thanks.
You're really doing a really good job. And I just love the positive vibes and the positive influence as a young man. And I cannot stop stretching on young man. Because today in today's society, to
Yeah.
find a young man doing something so positive, it's rare. So big up you, feel real proud of yourself, big up to your parents as well, and whoever played such an important role in you being you. You
Yeah,
understand?
thanks. Yeah, thanks, right?
Anything else you want to say before you leave?
Um, oh, I would leave. I will leave this. This a little thing. This a little thing.
Go ahead.
So, well, this month is Stress Awareness Month, right?
Okay.
And I know that well, the next term people going back out to school and stuff, and the atmosphere may be a bit stressful, because you gonna be a little more up and down and thing.
Yeah.
So what it is I put together is next month you have like a 30-day challenge for you. So the entire
Okay.
30 days, it'll be like so simple things. You probably give somebody a hug a day.
I
Next
like
day,
that.
take a picture, some kind of thing.
I like
But
that.
also, I am working on something later down in the year, a story, actually, a story. I do
Nice.
anything content creation form to post on Instagram, but I wouldn't
Mhm.
say any more on that. So,
Don't worry, we got bring you back to drop it. You gotta drop it on live with JB. Before
yeah,
you drop it anywhere else, you gotta drop it here. So we gonna bring you back on. Don't worry yourself.
right,
All right, Amiri, thank you so much. I really, really, y'all big up on yourself. Yes, big up you.
yeah.
All right, thank you, Amiri. Bye.
Yeah, later.
All right. Listen, it's always so encouraging and inspiring when you see our young people involved in so much positive things. You know, living in a world that probably 90% in the young people category of lifestyle, there's so much negative. You understand? And to find and to see that our young people are still, reaching out to something positive, big up them. Big up Daniel. Big up Amiri. We love all you. Nice. So we're going to go into advertising segment 2. We go do the dirty work for all you. We go do the dirty work for all you. All of you have to do is what? Call we. We are equipped to do the dirty work. You understand? We'll suck it up. You understand what I'm showing? If all you have problems with all your pipe, you understand? All you call, contact Ridge CCL. We do the dirty work for you. Hold on, let me just open up this. Hold on. It's blinking. Right, that's better. Is that good? Yeah, that's excellent. Look how beautiful that is. We'll suck it up. I love it. If they're having any problems with all your sewage, organize and contact Ridge CCL. You understand? Or they could get all the treatment systems, all the plumbing and pipe pumps fixed any problem you all having. All they have to do is, you understand, call up CCL. They will do the dirty work for you. You understand? They go suck it up while all relax and lime. Yeah, Rich Construction Limited. So contact them today in Tobago, big up Tobago again. So you can call them at 486 5275 758 6626 639 319 996. Yeah, CCL. So all you don't know what to do. Contact them today. Get all yourself organized. You understand? Make sure all the environment is healthy. You don't have to wake up in the morning and all the neighbor, business has smell or they can't sleep. It's not good health. You understand? Organize all yourself and contact them. You all could screenshot the screen so you all could have the flyer. Let me just go to the middle so you all could screenshot it. Let all of us work together. Let us all work together to maintain a healthy environment. So contact Ridge CCL, right? Right. So all you know what is about to go down here on Live with GB. This is a very, 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 very important segment that is about to take place. It's a segment that we have been waiting for the longest while, where we can, where we all are we going to learn what we need to do to protect AHWEE 116 square miles of natural beauty. You understand? Called AHWEE Tobago. All AHWEE Tobago with terrific Tessa and Miss Lyons about Tobago Landowners Association. But before I bring them out, I don't know how the thing does go. We're bringing them out in style.
I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Who me? I don't watch people, man. I looking for house and land. Who me? I don't watch people things. I's a queen. I have my own king. And some of them talk the most, like they know it all. Ask them how they get their Gucci purse. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and them can't be friends. I fight the battle and Jah give me health and strength. Now it's we. That can't be English, that has to be French. And some of them talk the most, like they know it all. But if the ground water slip and I fall, it's them to go. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Me and you are no beef.
So, I don't know. Let me bring out terrific Tessa and Miss Lyons for this special segment. Let the thing start. Good evening, Tessa!
Good evening, JB, and everybody in the diaspora.
It's like, she's drinking her water.
She's minding her business.
Minding my business. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, Tess? Good to see you finally.
I am good. I'm good.
Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
On Catch the Wave in our segment, and we call it MIMS. Make it make sense. So we're privileged to have you as the Director Secretary of the Tobago Landowners Association. So I just want to say we know it's an important time, and a lot is happening with lands. So what are we here to talk about this evening? What would we share with our viewers on the Tobago? If we listen, we heard both Dr. Rita and quite impressively, young scholar Daniel spoke about our land legacy and the importance of holding on to our land. So I just want to say big up to Daniel. You know what they say, out of the mouths of babes, and he has put it down for all of us who do not understand the value of land. Of course, I have many perspectives on it, but I will just hand over to you, Tess. So first, to just say a little bit of about Tobago Landowners Association, and then to jump in and give our viewers to start off what is a very serious set of presentations that we want to share with them to help Tobago landowners, those who already are landowners and landowners to come, those who may have other interests in property that we want to start assisting them through the association. So Tess, thank you for joining us.
Good night, everyone in the diaspora once again. We at Tobago Landowners Association, really, as Patrice Roberts said, we have to drink water and mind with business. Because
Let me drink some water and mind my business.
Yes, do that because land is very important, and being on a little island that we are, we have to ensure that we preserve the heritage that was given unto us from our forefathers. You know, they would have worked hard to obtain lands, to leave something behind as an inheritance, and we, as the people of Tobago, need to honor their hard work and cherish our inheritance, right? So the Tobago Landowners Association, our aim and objective is to help Tobagoans understand the importance and the value of land as an asset and how to go out and to guide them along in the way in which they can utilize their lands wisely, as well as to ensure that they do it in a more environmental friendly and preserving the natural beauty of Tobago, whilst preserving the natural beauty of Tobago. You know,
And
so that is our main objective.
Right.
Main.
And so, Tessa, you said something important, not to cut you, but just so that I don't lose the trend.
No problem, no problem.
You spoke about preserving Tobago in what way, and I know you have a lot of experience in seeing how some of our lands get compromised and the environment gets damaged and so on. So I noticed you said specifically that's one of the points you spoke about the association focusing on.
Yes, because believe it or not, Tobagonians may not quite understand how their environment, how unique Tobago environment is. Right? There are a lot of species of flora and fauna that you will find in Tobago that you will not find anywhere else, right?
Wow.
Yes, we want development, but we have to ensure by while we develop, we do it in such a way that we will not disturb these unique blessings that was given unto us by the Creator. You know, and we could pass it on from generation to generation. So it's wise when we're doing development, we do it.
For example, our rainforest, right? Our rainforest, and then we have the mangroves, and we have
and all the reefs that we have.
We have, right. Because we are small islands surrounded by water.
Yes, we have to preserve them because we are blessed to enjoy them now, but we have to understand that our children and our children's children, they should also be blessed to partake of these natural beauty. So that is one of our main objectives.
So the association, as you said, will focus on trying to assist people. And well, for my background, those of you who know my background, of course, has been in many ways in monetizing land assets, right? Ways that you could monetize. Because many people seem to believe that the only way they can have access to cash money if they have land is to sell it. Whereas there are many different ways through different agencies and in different types of transactions, you can achieve your financial goals while still holding on and retaining your lands and your interest in your lands. And I know some people as well tend to think, particularly I want to speak to the diaspora, because I don't know how many, and I'll share a little bit of, Tessa may not tell you, but I'll share she's also into real estate, you know, so she knows a lot that is happening on the ground. A lot of people, those of us in the diaspora who feel that we are out there, we have migrated and we are living in somebody else's land, we seem to believe, well, okay, I no longer need there. But when we look at what is happening in the world today and globally, we realize that where you were born, as they say, and where neighbors string their berry, is where you really have true legacy. And so one of the things we want to urge, we were speaking about it, I was speaking to her at the Land Owners Association, is the whole question of ways that we can incentivize folks and show them how you can, even while you reside abroad, you can retain your interests in a very meaningful way in your property that you have either owned directly or that is an inheritance unto you. So those are some of the things that we are excited with. Tessa, I've been talking with her, that we're trying so long to get her on, that we want to start exposing. So all our people, we want to say to Tobago people, your land wealth is your best wealth, right? And so the other thing I know, Tessa, was one of the things I think I was asking you was, where are we with the property valuation, the property tax valuations, and some of the things, because I know many people out there, just to bring us up to date, in the time that we have, if you could just share a little bit to let people know like where we are and to put their minds at ease with respect to the property valuation that is before us and the benefits in
Okay.
the
Okay, no problem. Well, guys, land taxation is coming back. All right. Reality is we had to make a quota of at least 50% of the population submitting their valuation reports and so forth, the valuation forms and so forth to the valuation office to start the process for us to for the return of taxation, land taxation to Trinidad and Tobago. And we have made that quota. So I want you all to be guided accordingly. Do not listen to what anybody else has to say. We have met the quota of the 50% of the populace submitting the necessary forms for their properties. So taxes is coming back. When? I can't say because that's the government part issue. So we need to prepare ourselves. And for those who have not submitted, I would like to advise you all to do so because there are fines that goes with not submission or late submission.
And I just want to say, I would just want to interject to let people know. So I had to go through the process for a number of different properties, for a number of different family members who reside abroad and do the exercise. It was quite a simple process, and the benefits that you can see in the exercise far outstrip the negative and the disadvantages. And well, certainly for persons who reside abroad, my good friends out there in the diaspora, you all know what property tax is, okay? Everyone out there knows what property tax is and how your various states and so on would, once those taxes are not paid, they would foreclose on your property. And the property taxes are really to help maintain the environment around your properties. But not only that, I want to just say it, Tobago situation in particular. One of the things in my career that we have always been woefully aware of is that lands in Tobago, those two areas, it's the ward of St. Anne's and Tobago, proved to be some of the most difficult parcels of land to identify and to secure ownership. So this exercise that is going on, to me, is one of the biggest pluses for Tobago and Tobagonians, because it will certainly start the process to define people's lands. And another thing that has been happening, the whole question of land fraud, it will be one of the mitigating factors against land fraud, because now persons are putting their hands up to identify their properties. While we, from 2009, which was the last time we paid taxes, to date, which is like 13 years, a lot could have happened with persons' land. So I ask everyone to be vigilant. And our taxes here, really, when you look at the process and how the properties are going to be valued to determine the rate, it's really still in the peppercorn region when you compare it with all other our neighbors in the Caribbean, as well as those in the wider diaspora. So the process is simple. What is going to happen, what I understand from the exercise, once you have identified your property and identified yourself as the person responsible for that property, whether it has a building on it or not, then the valuation division is going to then go through the process with you and value the properties so to determine what rates you pay. So I just want to urge everybody, if you have not as yet completed that part of the exercise, please do. It will put you in good stead. And again, Tessa and I, of course, we are going to be here. Tessa is going to be here for sure as the director at Tobago Landowners Association to keep us informed. Daniel has already sounded the warning. Tobagonians, we have been blessed with 116 square miles. Let us preserve it. Let us hold on to it. And I just want to take a little liberty out there to also say, as we embark upon having, I want to sound it right now, the Tobago Carnival to our brothers and sisters out there in Trinidad and further afield. Tobago's carnival is to be Tobago's carnival. It's not intended to be a mimicking of Trinidad carnival. So I just want to say, and I want to urge you all as you all come forward to support and assist Tobago with the carnival. I've seen a number of people jumping out. It is not about a wholesale importation of what is displayed in Trinidad. That will make very little economic and cultural sense. All I want to urge people to recognize is Tobago has a very rich culture, more than even Trinidad has. And that is the backbone and the foundation of our arts and our heritage and our culture and what we will put forward. You all are going to enjoy it, but please, it's not about the same carnival as in Trinidad, bikini and beads. What that carnival has done in Trinidad, if you all examined it, this is about building Tobago's economy. And Tobago's economy is about building the Tobagonians who are going to be producing the carnival. So we ask all persons to join us, support the Tobago movement for the Tobago Carnival. It's not about having a Trinidad Carnival in Tobago. Again, to go back to Daniel's point, is about preserving what is Tobago. And so too, many people, I know how the Trinidad Carnival has gone, and it's taken away from the persons who actually discovered and produced Carnival. Tobago, we are appealing. Let us help us to really, really showcase our unique culture in a carnival format. So I just want to say that as we close the thing, and I want to thank Tessa again for joining us and to thank JB for having us on in this segment.
It's indeed a pleasure having the both of you all here, Tessa and Miss Lyons. Tessa, well done. You're not easy. Well impressed, man. Anyway, just before you all leave, I saw that Miss Cheryl asked a question. Her question is the tax already debated in Parliament?
If the tax is already debated, yes.
Debated in Parliament.
Yes.
Okay.
That the stage where they had to go to the court. They had to go to the court and await the court, and the court had ordered that in order for it to proceed, they had to have at least 50% of all property owners complete the process. Now, I want us to remember that this return of the tax was passed since way back in the 2010 to 2015 period. It was just bringing it on stream, where when the administration changed, then there came a pushback on it. And when it was about to be rolled out, then there was a legal challenge to it. So it went to the court. And the court has determined that for it to go forward, the property valuation exercise, which is part of the process to reintroduce the taxes, that you must have at least 50% of all property owners having gone through that property valuation registration process. And that has happened. So that's where we are right now.
Okay, one more question before you all go. There's one more.
Sure.
When is Carnival in Tobago again for Miss Jojo?
October 28th to 30th, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's around that time as well.
Nice.
I know, I'm a carnival. I've been in carnival for over 40 years. So you see me, I know everything about carnival. When you say carnival, you say Corelli.
All right, Carnival Corelli. All right, Tessa and Miss Lyons, thank you so much for coming on and feeding this information that we do need, and we do appreciate it. And Tessa, big up you. Miss Lyons, big up you. I'll get you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
host
you.
Jamie.
Thank you for having us.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys, so you're welcome, Miss Jojo. Anything for you. Anything. Just say it as long as it's legal. So, are we going to go into ad segment 3? Catch the wave out and bad with Tobago entrepreneurs. Ha ha.
Watch how the party turn up tonight. Because we out and bad and the people better we cause trouble.
Welcome to Catch the Wave Solutions, or Business Solutions Pavilion here at Grasshopper Entrepreneur Mixer the very first of its kind, and we are really privileged to be here. Catch the Wave Solutions is about providing innovative business solutions to entrepreneurs, business owners, and corporate clients. Today we are here offering to entrepreneurs at this fantastic event what we call micro consultations free of charge, just providing them with support for their businesses, giving them ideas, answering any questions they may have. And I want to welcome Alana, who is joining us. And it's really awesome to have you here once again. And of course, we've asked you to collect your business passport from Catch the Wave Solutions. And of course, to be one of the many entrepreneurs who has the opportunity to win a very awesome Catch the Wave vacation package. It's all about the naturalist and marine explorer with some of Tobago's finest tour guides. So all we do, it's a very simple exercise. We provide you with your own pen, sanitized. You put your name, number, and business contact at the back of the card. Drop it into this wonderful blue fish bowl, and you just might be the lucky one when we draw this afternoon, where you'll be taking on one of the best experiences that Tobago has to offer, seeing some of our very treasured sites.
Well, who don't want to believe, then don't believe it.
What a coincidence that Alana won that Catch the Wave experience package, eh? Wow, big up to Miss Alana though, big up her. So now I want to invite Miss Lyons to come out and talk about Catch the Wave consulting services so that all entrepreneurs could be on board. Don't be shy. So Miss Lyons, over to you.
Okay, so I didn't realize I had to be back on, but it's a privilege to be here again. So Catch the Wave, of course, is pleased. It has been one of our core ideas or core services that we provide to clients, which is all about consulting. It's all about creating that unique business, particularly in this whole entrepreneurial field, this field of entrepreneurs. And one of the key ways, and we're still in it, was the whole question of how do you navigate, restart, rejuvenate, restructure your business, and to be able to make it in these new times. And we are excited. So our consultations we offer from the micro, which we do at the networking sessions, such as the pop-up markets, which we offer 20 minutes, sit down, hear what you have, and we are able to give you a number of solution ideas to take away. And then, of course, we have full consultations that we will, depending on the nature of the business, we invite you to call us and we will set a time when we will consult with you. We'll help you if you need to build out a business plan, if you need to introduce some particular type of system to your business. If you wish to develop a marketing strategy, marketing plan, then we are there for it. And of course, not forgetting the use of digital solutions, which is one of the key ways that you can promote and your business and of course develop it to be a profitable enterprise. So we are very happy at Catch the Wave Solutions to be offering that. And we bring together a team of probably over 70 years collectively in experience in different types of businesses, in the finance sector, in the entrepreneurship field, in whatever you think, coaching, talent development, HR development. Those are the skills we bring to the table. And of course, we have digital expertise, graphics, etc. with us, and social media marketing. So we are happy to be able to provide in Tobago and in Trinidad, more so in Tobago, and we focus heavily on Tobago because Tobago is indeed a special and unique market, quite different from the Trinidad space, in that Tobago offers in a very small space a very multifaceted range of expertise and skills in business that require novel and unique and innovative ways to build their business and to market themselves. So that's what Catch the Wave is about. And we are here and pleased to offer. It's my passion to serve. And so I am just one of the consultants that you will engage as you come to Catch the Wave Solutions, Inc. Thank you again, JB. And of course, you can communicate with us via our website, via our email, of course, or call us, WhatsApp us at 391-6101 for a consultation. And don't forget, we have your business passport available.
I really now going to ask you to tell the young entrepreneurs and even those who would look at this after a little bit about that passport that you all created. Please do.
Yes, we have created, it's your passport in which you will have your stamped off when you go through any one of our services, from the micro consultation to a full-scale consultation to a business program. We, of course, will stamp your passport to that. And of course, we will be monitoring you to see the successes. In everything, there are risks. And so one of the things with respect to your passport is that it shows quite clearly the steps you would have undertaken to bring your business as a young entrepreneur to grow and develop your business. If you need to upscale, if you need it's level up, whatever it is. If you're starting up, for example, at the mixer we had, the grasshopper mixer, I engaged a number of persons, just young people interested in starting their business. They have the talent, they have a passion, and so they just want to start that entrepreneurship business. And so that was one of the ways that I was able to reach out and to help them. And of course, the main thing, I think Danielle spoke it, and I know JB took a note of it. If you love what you do, if you have the passion for it, you will never work a day in your life.
Yep.
So I want to end by saying that. And that's where we are. Entrepreneurship is about passion and purpose. It's about loving what you do and delivering it to your customers in an exceptional service delivery.
Yep. Thank you very much, Miss Lyons. And you know, I'm glad that I have you on this spot, because just before I let you go, because we're talking about young people, young entrepreneurs, right? And talented ones too. And while you're here and I have you at this spot, a spot that you don't really like often, but I'm putting you on it. I want to still say to you, thank you so much for those of you all who didn't know. Miss Lyons was the person who would have seen my talent, who eyes would have catch me. You understand? And this is where JB and Live with JB and JB came about, because of this eyes of hers that saw my talent and my capabilities. I mean, some days I give her trouble, some days try to pull out the belt, but you know, we get in there together as one. And I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. So big up you, and thank you very much, Ms. Lyons.
The pleasure is mine.
All right, guys. So yeah, trust me. Our young people, sometimes all our young people need, not one, but it is a need, is for somebody to believe in them and cheer them on and be there with them. I mean, some days, well, licks my cat to share, but all of that's in it. So this is where we have come to the end of Live with JB, and I just really want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining Live with JB Season 3, Episode 12. So I just want to say thank you to all the brilliant minds, young and not so young, you understand, for making such an inspiring and educational show yet another Friday. So to the Dave's brothers, Mr. Dave Jacob, Mr. Ralph Jacob, Mr. Patrick Jacob, big up all yourself. And thank you for being on the show, Mr. Dave Jacob. Dr. Rita, are we walking encyclopedia? Big up you. Thank you so very much for yet another week, you understand, of education. You understand? So we ain't forgetting Dynamic Daniel, AHWEE future Prime Minister. You understand? And hello, the Prince of You, Prince Amiri. Hello, we ain't forgetting, hello, Terrific Tessa come out in style today too, you know. We ain't forgetting Terrific Tessa, Tobago Landowners Association. Catch the Wave director, Miss Lyons, and hello, we can't forget Miss Arlene. Because of time, I wouldn't be able to do this, but big up yourself, Miss Arlene, who's always behind the scenes, late nights, early morning, long days, long weeks, also helping to put together such an amazing show. I was really going to bring you out, and I think, you know what, we're going to close off and hear what I'm going to do. It's been a while since we have had Miss Arlene on the show. I see she's saying no, but I would just like her to come and share some love for us over the weekend. Okay, she don't want to come. All right, so next week, Friday, we'll have her come on and, just let us wrap off a week with love. It's been a while since we see her on the show. So you all have a good weekend. Be safe. Love you all. And remember, drink water, mind all your business, stay safe, and protect each other.
A little black boy, a black boy was he. The boy went to school and he come out unseen. Never learned how to read, he never learned about math. Never learned how to write, he never studied about that. All he studied was his speakers, his sneakers and clothes. He learned how to dress and he learned how to pose. He can't get no work, he can't get no job. He decide to steal and he decide to rob. But little black boy couldn't last long at all. The police put a bullet through his donkey head skull. Little black boy, go to school and learn. Little black boy, show some concern. Little black boy, education is the key to get you off the street and off poverty. Little black boy, go to school and learn. Little black boy, show some concern. Little black boy, education is the key to get you off the street and all poverty. Why, black boy, a rude boy was he. All the boy ambition was to conduct a maxi. With a ring in his nose, a gold teeth in his mouth. He feel very proud when they call him a tout. So proud was the boy that the boy never learned. He could have worked hard and buy a maxi of his own. So he hustled for $1, he hustled for a smoke. He hustled so that he could buy a little coke. Now he hook on the coke and off the maxi. And one more little black vagrant in the country. Little black boy, go to school and learn. Little black boy, show some concern. Little black boy, education is the key to get you off the street and off poverty. Little black boy, think about your race. Little black boy, when will you find your place? Little black boy, go to school and learn.